I want to welcome students in the 110 Applied Exit Strategies to our current pod of CES tips. You could see that last week we did discuss resume writing and cover letter tips, and today we're going to meet with Kevin about Handshake tips and tricks. Go ahead, Kevin, go ahead and take it.
Okay, thanks again, Peter. Hello, graphic design students. It's great to be with you. I'm going to share my screen, take you to the Gateway homepage, then navigate to the My Gateway menu. And then within the My Gateway menu, you definitely want to get to the CES square, which is going to be somewhere here. Uh, there's Handshake, and that's what we're talking about today. So now, Handshake is going to have a menu on the left. So you as a student are going to use the jobs menu primarily, the events menu, and the employers menu to do research on employers. The people menu is kind of the social network connection with alumni and people that maybe Gateway grads that are working for a company. They'll be linked to certain companies. You can certainly approach them and try to connect with them for kind of a peer-to-peer experience. So if you go into your account up on the upper right, click on your name, go into the profile, and this is critical that you set this up correctly. Now, it's going to ask you questions about like, what are you looking for? Yeah, you could put in graphic communications, design, marketing communications, advertising, whatever those areas are. This is a section about yourself, and you may want to fill that in, kind of a summary of, your summary statement off your resume, essentially. Your skills, certainly dropping in the things that you do best are very important. Work experience, pulling in your past work experience or current if you're doing projects and such or skill-based experiences with graphic design, and your education. Courses here you could take right off your curriculum sheet, drop all those in. Organizations, maybe you're part of some sort of club or something. And then projects for your field, I think will probably be pretty likely, and you can certainly put those in as well. The now the point here, this is kind of that people area I was talking about earlier, where that connects you to gateway grads from different programs, and it'll tailor that based on what you put in your profile.
That's a great way to network, though, huh, Kevin, with
Yeah.
some of the folks maybe that
Mhm.
if you're interested, especially in a company like maybe Johnson Wax's graphic department, this might be a great
Mhm.
way to connect with them.
It is. It really is. And I would encourage you to get a professional photo, up on your profile. And I would encourage you to take the time to fill out all of these sections of the profile, just because there's this term that we use, garbage in, garbage out. And when you're especially in the world of AI, right? Whatever you feed the robot is what it's going to spit out. So when we're in this job search mode, we want to put in really good information about ourselves, because these systems then start matching based on what you put in. So it's really critical that you put in full information and accurate information about yourself. So take the time to set up this profile completely, please. Let's go into the job section. Now, the job section here is where we're going to put in your buzzwords, essentially. And you could first set your location. So you're going to put in, 53403, and then set up a reasonable radius, whatever, that is to you. I just have it at 50 right now. So we're going to put in graphic design. And then we'll enter and we'll see what comes up. And it brings up a list of matches. So here's one: graphic design, communications specialist, portfolio executive, digital storytelling intern. And you can see the different titles here. Um, so depending on the day, depending on the time of the year, depending on the radius and the keywords, you're going to get different results. So what I want to encourage you to do is be creative in the keywords you use. Don't just put graphic design. You might want to put in, um, marketing communication and see if you get different results. Sometimes you'll pick up an extra position or two. Um, like this one. This is a new one. So, no, that's not exactly graphic design, but, and then here's a new one that was just looped in. So now your list is getting a little bit longer. And by putting in, you can see some of the ones we had in our prior search, but the point here is to be tenacious in your search term and keep an inventory of everything you're coming up with because you're kind of layering it on with each new search, or maybe a program that you use that's real common out there.
Adobe Illustrator would be one of the programs that some of the students use. So maybe Adobe Illustrator.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Maybe here's we're seeing art museum development and marketing assistant. Possibly it's mentioned in there. Um, yeah, so there we go. Here's the one with Adobe Illustrator under that Pritzker example. Point is be creative with your search terms. Don't just put the name of your program, put some of the tools down that you use. Maybe, you know, other programs beyond, and you start to pick up a new lead or two.
That's
So
a
that's
great
the,
step. That's a
yeah,
really great step. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. Think outside the box when you're incorporating search terms. Okay, now the events section. This is where we have all of our events we do with employers throughout the year. If you go into the category here and you put career fair, we still have one more fair left for this year, and that's the reverse career fair, which is at IMET. And so if you were a student that wanted to exhibit and you were in the MEIT division, so this is where we list our fairs. And so this is something you'll want to check out throughout the year to see, what are the fairs that we're hosting and what are the position employers, who are they that are coming, and what are the positions they're recruiting for. So this is a nice feature. What have you done? And maybe this one isn't the right fair for you. Are there other fairs that we've done? You can search in the past just to show you, um, what we've done in the past. So let's click on the time frame here under date, and we can put past year, and then you'll see that we had 9 fairs over the past year that were Gateway either hosted or co-sponsored or somehow Gateway affiliated. And these will probably be offered again next year. And, so it's just something to kind of put in your a calendar and say, hey, I got to keep checking this occasionally, see what's going on. We do advertise them on the TVs throughout campus, as well as through email to your student account as well. So these are the events. And then the last area would be employers. Employers are really just a matter of searching for whoever you want to search for, and then they'll give you a little background on the employer. It's just basic research that you would be doing prior to an interview or to uncover attractive employers just by drilling in on that employer page and learning about the employer. I should mention one more thing with events. There is something called information sessions that a lot of companies do, and you'll see these info sessions. They'll host it, just various companies, and you just sit in, and it's a Zoom call, and you just learn about the company. And this may be something you want to look into. It's very broad in terms of the employers that are represented, but you could certainly, you know, scroll through it and see if any of them are of interest to you, and then you can, look at just attend the session and sit in on it. So that's about it for my quick overview of Handshake. Is there any questions that you have, Peter?
Yeah, I know you had mentioned that students kind of keep at it because it's going to help to refine the searches the more that they use it, I believe. And is there that's sort of something that you want to have some stick to itness, not just to kind of one and done with Handshake, to keep kind of looking at it and refining it as you move through it.
Well, absolutely. And that's that whole concept of, the searching and then the computer and the program is keeping track of your interests, and then it kind of gives you results based on what you're looking for. So it's kind of that reinforcement concept of, this is what you want. We're going to try to tailor results to what you want, but also what you say in your profile, and what you search for. So it does get better, uh, in theory, the more you use it.
And then we were talking before the session today a little bit about some of the other ones that are very, very popular. Handshake happens to be the one that Gateway and many of the colleges
Mhm.
utilize, but there's some
Mhm.
other ones that you had mentioned students find a lot of success with as well.
Right. So Handshake is for the WTCS system. All 16 colleges within Wisconsin's public tech system use it. Hundreds of colleges throughout the country use Handshake. But beyond that, there are the big names that everyone has probably heard of, such as Indeed. And Indeed's really good because you just put in a keyword, you put in a zip code. It's very similar to the search function here, but it generally brings back an extended list. So it's a good way to kind of cross-check what you're getting from Handshake and kind of add on to what you're getting from either one by using both. And then jobcenterofwisconsin.com is the state of Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development job board. That's good too because any employer going through the job center to try to attract talent is going to be required to post on there. So it generally brings in extra openings that you're not going to get just with using the other two that we mentioned. So I would do all three in addition to any of your own industry specific resources that, maybe graphic com people know more about or use more exclusively.
That sounds great. Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Hopefully, these tips will help students really learn to use Handshake just a little bit better to really fully participate in it. And then some additional resources as well. Whatever happens to secure a position for you or an interview for you, we're behind that. We're not necessarily invested solely in one tool. The tech colleges do use Handshake. I think it is a really great tool when you kind of nail down all the little finer points of it. Certainly, go ahead, Indeed, and some of the other ones that are out there as well may be helpful to you on your personal journey. Thanks again, Kevin.
My pleasure, Peter. Take care.